What's up guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. I'm actually driving down to San Diego right now from Los Angeles. I left with about 75% battery, so I'm definitely gonna need to charge at a supercharger on the way back, but check out this view. You can see like the nuclear power plant, the old decommissioned one, I believe. They call them the nipples, basically two nipples off the side of the highway. And behind that is the beach. So it's a pretty nice view going down this road. It's a semi-empty highway. I'm on autopilot, of course, going 62 miles an hour. So in this video, I just hit over 10,000 miles in my past 6 months of ownership. I actually got the car on August 22nd, and it's about February 2020 right now. And so I've owned it a little bit over 6 months. So in this video, I'm gonna go over my experience so far, all the maintenance I've had to do, the battery degradation, how much power I've used, on my thoughts on the issues and the technology I've experienced so far. Let's get into the video. Before we get into the video, shout out to Dave at The Boring Mod for hooking me up with these really nice satin black license plate frames. It really matches the satin black look that I'm going, chrome delete, and really matches the carbon fiber spoiler too because it's satin as well. I can't decide which one I want to put on the back, the traditional Model 3 license plate or the 3 lines. I'm definitely going to put one of them on the front once I get a license plate front kit. But shout out to Dave at The Boring Mod for hooking it up. And use my code Dennis to get 20% off any license plate frame that they carry. I'll paste details below so you can take a look at more of his license plate frames. Thanks for watching another video. If you're new here, my name is Dennis. I picked up this Tesla Model 3 6 months ago and I make videos about my experience, including a weekly autopilot video in Los Angeles traffic. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. This is my 2019 Model 3 long range performance all-wheel drive stealth, as you can tell by the 18-inch rims instead of the 20-inch rims. So it has the same 0 to 60 performance in the 3 seconds or 3.2 seconds. As you can tell, I've done a couple things to the car. I've added a carbon fiber spoiler, which is the OEM spoiler. I've done 20% tints, a chrome delete. Its car's been ceramic coated and paint corrected. And I've added a paint protection film on the front to cover the full frontal area, including the mirrors, the fenders, and the front bumper and the front hood. For my Tesla Model 3, I paid $960 and some change. I paid $100 a month for insurance in California. But if you're interested in any of that and my full buying process and how I found the insurance carrier that I used today to get that payment, check out my video below on my buying process and also a couple of videos on my insurance, how I found those two insurance carriers. So currently I have 10,722 miles and I've used 2,747 kilowatt hours and an average of 256, which I think is pretty good and is not too high in terms of what I've seen for other people that drive probably more aggressively. I've seen higher watt hour per miles at about 280 to 300. So I think 256 is pretty good, especially because I drive on the highway a lot. I would say in terms of the percentage of miles on the miles that I've used on the highway, it's probably 80% driving on the highway and 20% driving on the city is probably my ratio between highway and city driving. So to put it in real world terms, 2,748 kilowatt hours at a charge rate of 16 cents, which is about the average for California, would net you a total cost of $439 for you to go 10,726 miles. But I've actually heard of some people getting cheaper kilowatt hour costs, about 6 to 9 cents. So let's put it at 9 cents. And a 9 cents kilowatt per hour charge cost, it would cost you $247 to charge 2,748 kilowatt hours to get you 10,727 miles. So depending on your home charging situation, charging at home is definitely much cheaper than paying for gas with any other car. So in terms of supercharging, I've only used 675 supercharger miles at a total cost of about $25 give or take, but that's an estimated cost because I'm still using my first 1,000 free supercharger miles. In terms of maintenance for my Tesla Model 3, what everybody's saying is definitely true. I've spent very little on maintenance, no oil changes of course, but I've done one tire rotation at about 6,000 miles, and I'm probably gonna do another one at 12,000 miles, which actually only cost me $20. I haven't needed to fill up my windshield washer fluid because Tesla has been filling it up for free because I've been going multiple times for my paint issues. And I also did an alignment, but I didn't pay for it because Tesla actually threw it in because of all the different paint issues that I've had with the car. I did have to go to Tesla service 3 times because of the new car paint issues that it had, and they had to repaint a bunch of pieces, including reorder a new bumper. But other than that, there's been no rock chips in the first 10,000 miles, and the paint has held up pretty fine. I actually didn't get the full front area of my car wrapped in paint protection film until about 5,000 miles. So here's my front bumper so far. It is wrapped in paint protection film, so there shouldn't really be any rock chips whatsoever. I do a lot of highway driving, so I wouldn't be surprised if there is any, but it seems to be pretty good. Just a lot of bugs from all the highway driving, or the highway driving that I've done today as well. This is the area that caused a lot of issues, in which I had to keep going back to the Tesla service department. The paint was chipping right here at the edge, and so they had to finally get a new bumper and repaint it. In terms of battery degradation, I used to be able to get 310 miles of range at 100%, but now recently it's been going down to about 303 miles of range. That's about 2.2% of degradation from the battery. So I've certainly seen a decrease in the range after 10,000 miles. I'll throw a graph up on the screen. I use Teslafy to track my battery charges, so you can see kind of the degradation. And it's kind of interesting that at one point it just went to a lower average and kind of bounced around that average after that. So let me know what you guys think on that. In terms of the technology, there's been 4 updates since I've owned the car, and there's been a variety of updates too. A power increase, adding other entertainment things like YouTube and Twitch, and a lot of other crazy tech as well. So that's been pretty cool to see that there's been 4 updates since I've purchased the car. Overall, I've been super pleased with the car, especially because the low cost to maintain it and not having to pay for Los Angeles gas prices, which can be $3.80 to $4 depending on which area you're in, especially if you're paying for premium gas. But yeah, at this rate, I've driven 10,000 miles in the past 6 months, and so by the time I hit a year, we're gonna be at 20,000 miles. So we'll hopefully see how long the tires last. I'm gonna make another video because I'm gonna rotate the tires again soon in about another 1,000 to 2,000 miles. I'm gonna ask them to see how much tread is left on the tires, and to really see how much tread is left on the tires to see how much longer they'll last, because that's going to be a big variable in terms of cost on how long these tires can really last for. The highest I've heard is they can last 40 to 50,000 miles, but I've also heard that they can only last 20,000 miles or even 30,000 miles. I guess it really depends on how hard you drive and if you're really gunning it from light to light, because it's pretty easy to do when in a Tesla because the acceleration is so strong. We'll see what they say when I do the tire rotation to see what their feedback is on how long the tires will last. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hit that like if you enjoyed this video, and comment below on what you think and how the Tesla Model 3 did in the first 10,000 miles from my experience. Or if you have your own Tesla Model 3, does your costs line up, or your experience in the first 10,000 miles line up as well? All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. See ya.